Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, coming at you on the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel for bonus content. So if you're running over here for some sweet standard gameplay, I've got you covered with one of my favorite decks in the entire format, blue-white control designed for competitive best of one. If you like me, like laddering and best of one, nice, quick, snappy games onto the next opponent, good for that some would say the toilet gaming mentality of a quick game when you're in a position to not go anywhere for a few minutes, then you might want to play a deck like this, a control deck built like this. See, not everybody likes aggro, and there are a lot of good aggro decks designed for the best of one meta, but designing a control deck for the best of one meta is different. One thing that you'll notice is missing from this style of deck are counter spells. I love counter spells. Counter spells run in my blood since counterspell was just counterspell. But in the current environment, there's a lot of decks that just, they punish you for it. Thalia is a great example. There's a lot of legendary decks that run Thalia and then all creatures, both the popular soldier builds, which are the most popular things in the meta, and the Esper Legend style decks often don't run cards that can get hit by negate, and if you're paying 3 mana for your counterspell, something like Dissipate, you might actually be paying 4. So I take a more proactive approach. These kind of decks, these no control, semi-tap out control decks work very well in best of one, where they very much don't work in best of 3 and get exploited. This deck seeks to take advantage of 2 cards, Leyline Binding and Lay Down Arms, as excellent, affordable exile removal in the format. And I add on top of that another new card, Soul Partition, and we exile everything all over the place. We didn't even mention Farewell or Wandering Emperor, and you know how they exile stuff. We have, to make the mana base work, a ton of planes. Now remember, Lay Down Arms doesn't require basic planes, just planes. Leyline Binding requires types, but they can all be on one card. They also don't have to be basic. So we have 9 basic planes, but we also have 10 enter the battlefield tapped cycling lands from New Capenna, all the ones that are also planes and produce white. This allows Leyline Binding and Lay Down Arms to live together in harmony, but makes it very hard to have 2 untapped blue mana on turn 3. So sorry, Dissipate and other such counterspells, you're out of luck this time. The blue ends up looking more like a splash, where we run 4 Deserted Beach, but only 1 Adarkar Wastes, 1 Otawara, and 1 Island. I'm pretty proud of the mana base for the deck. It functions very well, as you do mostly mono-white control until it's time to get into the late game. Then you use your blue cards, Memory Deluge and Silver Scrutiny, along with Teferi, Temporal, Pilgrim, to gain overwhelming card advantage on your opponent and grind them out using Wandering Emperor and Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement is also worth mentioning because it's another card where, in a lot of formats, you wouldn't run it in a control deck. You would run a board wipe or a counterspell in this spot. But Wedding Announcement has a specific function against the black decks. It helps you eat Invoke Despair. Without negate in your deck, you absolutely need to absorb the hit that Invoke Despair produces, and between Wedding Announcement and Wandering Emperor, you can often take no damage and give no card draw to your opponent when they cast Invoke Despair if you play your cards right. So that's why that easily makes the cut in this version, and counterspells do not. After that, you just try to get to a position where you're both kind of low on cards, and then you may flash back a Memory Deluge, start plussing Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, the sweet new planeswalker from Brothers War, or cast a huge Silver Scrutiny to take over the game. It's a fun version of blue-white control for best of one that I hope many of you will try and enjoy. Let's dive in. We're gonna let this nonsense begin, but one more time, use the promo code CGB5 on any purchases at CoolStuffInc.com to get a discount, and hit like and subscribe on the channel below, and let them know in the comments if you want more CGB on the CoolStuffInc.com channel. And here we go. I already kind of said the thing, so it's a little awkward, but let's dive in anyway. Let this nonsense begin. All right, opponent's on the play, but we have Lay Down Arms, so the hand is a keep. And they go straight to a Mishra's Research Desk, a new card. Gives a little selection, a little value. Not something we worry about removing. And they pass the turn to Lay Down Arms. Loving this so far. Everything going well. Whatever the opponent plays, We might be able to Celestus into removal spell for it. Harvester? Yep. Looks like that's going to be the play. Value is value, and they're definitely going to try to outvalue us, but we have a lot of card advantage. I'm willing to play that game. This is one of my favorite plays in the deck. Drop the Celestus, lay down arms, your 2-drop. Oh yeah. Or possibly a 3-drop if we draw enough planes. It makes me feel warm and squishy. Basically, we want our opponent to have a Shieldred, so these Destroy Evils hit hard. And when you're in a spot where you want your opponent to have a Shieldred, you're in a good place. It's a good place to be. Them bringing back Desk is not bad either. Let's see what they exile, but we might be able to drop Teferi. Okay, no land. They might still have one though. Nope. Alright, no spell means we draw a land. What do we get rid of? All these cards are good. Might as well get rid of one of the Destroy Evils. Wedding Announcement. Could turtle up around the Teferi, but nah, we're just gonna play the Teferi. Make the Spirit.
I defend the past. Nobody knows the past better than me.
Alright, they found their land. It's one of the better ones in their deck, too. They're pressured now, though, to get rid of one or both of these, and they're priced into playing the Epicure. Go for the threat on the token, sure. Can they also kill Teferi? Unlucky Witness. Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. The Garden. Garden can go. That's a counter. That's a counter. Make the Spirit.
Who's that handsome devil?
What a thing. What a thing to say. What a thing to say, Teferi. All right. Let's take out the Witness. Let's play the Announcement. Let's pass the turn. Trigger Celestus again. Or no, wait. I thought I was flipping night to day. Forget me. Just over here having fun. Don't worry about it. Draw 2. Okay. Somebody really misses Deadly Dispute. Those things are not the same, though, are they? Mechanized Warfare, that's an enchantment. You want to attack with that Epicure? No? Alright. Go ahead and destroy that enchantment. Brutal. Trigger. Let's make another one.
It's nice to
Swing.
see your face.
Hit. Trigger. Draw. Counters. Trigger. Celestus. Draw. Counters. This is all that Magic was ever meant to be. I'm tearing up. And the Festivity. That kills my token. Okay. We go to 21.
Can't afford distractions.
Synth. All right. What do you got? Hits a land. Teferi took over and never looked back. My goodness. That was one-sided. Phyrexia's power continues to grow as it prepares to take over the multiverse and make everything one. All pre-orders for Phyrexia All Will Be One products will sweeten the deal with an all-new exclusive CGB Dragon token. Every single sealed product, commander deck, bundle, everything that's coming with the new set gets upgraded with a CGB token for free. Get your pre-orders in and become complete with Phyrexia All Will Be One. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock. On the play, Leyline Binding's too expensive, Farewell is a million years away, Memory Deluge and Silver Scrutiny might not be able to get cast, but we're on the play playing control, so this is the kind of hand you keep, because you can't mulligan too much. Hand does actual nothing. But hey, maybe our opponent's hand does nothing. Right? Right. Haha, we'll play this in case we draw another blue source off the top. Don't destroy evil. They must have March. Destroy evil they would have cast. It held priority as soon as an enchantment hit the battlefield. It must be March of Otherworldly Light. Yep. Probably should have done that before I made the token though. I guess they were just slow to make that decision. That's a Wandering Emperor. And a Brutal Cathar. Well, that could be a problem if we can't play a spell. And, oh wait. We can play a spell. No need to give them that ward creature. As you see, everything coming together perfectly as planned. Alright, there's some kind of a go wide deck. That's not a bad thing. That's a pretty good thing. Let's go ahead and flip the Day Knight here. So if they play another Brutal Cathar, it's a 3/3 and they don't draw from Welcoming Vampire. Okay, they've got a Wedding Announcement. That's going to draw them an extra card because of Welcoming Vampire. They don't attack because they're afraid of the Wandering Emperor, and they should be. Let's grab this. Actually, we have another land. Let's grab these. Naming enchantment's a little risky. They get back a Brutal Cathar. With the Farewell, that is. But we have another Farewell. The real question is, how many cards do we let them draw? Do we let them get away with just drawing off this Welcoming Vampire Wedding Announcement combination? We just let them do that to us? In the meantime, though, we can draw a lot of cards. Yeah, we're trying to win from a card advantage axis, right? So let's try to win that way. Don't let them draw. Try to keep ourselves drawing. We have another Farewell to back up that Farewell. It will be our last Farewell. Heh. The last goodbye. So dramatic. Okay, that hurts a little. I can take another bump though. Get the Memory Deluge cast. Really stock up our hand for the future. Always willing to take some hits to make sure that our cards are right. We need answers once we play this Farewell. Alright, they go with a Welcoming Vampire. They'll draw again because of Adeline. They're attacking with everything. We could play Wandering Emperor and make a token to block. I think we just take this. Down to 6. Man, those hit hard. We were at 20 turn ago. All right, Soul Partition, Memory Deluge, Wedding Announcement. Let's grab the announcement. And yeah, more removal. Goodbye, all creatures. We can go after graveyards now too. Just the clean sweep. They still have a full hand. Like, still have 6 cards. It's kind of unnerving that a mono white deck can do that. But we do have twice as many lands as they do. Catilda. A 1/1? What does that synergize with here? How much? Regardless, not a good reason not to partition it here. Just keep them off of board presence, because that's how we're going to get way ahead in this game. Another land. Let's get the announcement cooking. Play Wandering Emperor on their turn. And then big Silver Scrutiny the following turn. Looks like they've got another march. If they're willing to exile cards to march this, they would have to exile 2. I'm into that. And I think they figured out it's not worth it. What you got? Argordon. If that is your real name. Moonrage Brute. If they double spell here, they transform it and take out the token. They do not double spell. All right. Let's get the tokens cooking.
But I'm going to end it.
I'll probably untap, put a counter on this, and swing with Vigilance. Land off the top. March. Are you going to march now? Yep. Totally fine. Okay. Let's go to... Actually, we should probably just draw... It could be a flood. So let's just go for the whole shebang. All 8. Excellent. All right, no attacks. Make token. Discard 2 cards. These cycling lands can go. They can give the brute flying. Our life total can be very low at that point. It is nighttime, and there's a ward of pay 3 life. This isn't without fear. Oh yeah, it's not in the graveyard, it's in exile. I wonder if they forgot about that. I forgot. Alright, untap. Gonna be paying some life. Up to 5. Play Celestus and something else. Teferi seems good. And then we'll activate the Celestus. We also are threatening a cycle. I'll offer the opponent this 1/1. I'm glad they're enjoying it. I'm sure that in a completely unsarcastic way they find this nice. Gosh, Celestus and Teferi makes me happy. Golly gee willikers. It's so cool. You've got 1 loyalty. What do you do with it? Attack the Wandering Emperor. Did they just check Teferi for reach? Wouldn't that be a card? We could exile our Teferi and then have it to play again. I'm just gonna go after the Catilda. We've got a lot of uses for our mana besides replaying our Teferi. That should get us further ahead and end this game. They played out Eiganjo. Might have their own farewell. Ah, they have a Paragon. Okay. Good thing we hit those graveyards with the farewell. Goodbye. Lay down arms. All right. Now we want to draw and not cast spells and trigger everything. So let's put counter here, even though it's the most likely thing to get removed. Yep. All right, make another one. Attack. Pass turn, trigger. Binding is really good. I mean, all this is really good. And we're going to probably need a double spell on our next turn. This I love for all the loyalty and drawing more cards too, though. Yeah, I think I just got to discard the Memory Deluge and flash it back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we can do both sides. All right, I'll just give up Lay Down Arms. We might not even need it. Not the way this is going. 6 mana Paragon, you got it. You. Again. You. All right, double spell this turn for the trigger.
We've got the edge of this.
And bring it.
Knowledge.
Notice when you got the card draw going that you don't even use the Teferi for the card draw. Everything around it is drawing a bunch of cards. You use it for board presence. I love that about the card. It's a blue planeswalker that can actually play aggressive. Mind-blowing. The revolution. Brutal Cathar. Yep. Opponent on the never give up, never surrender plan, but your time is over. That ain't gonna happen. If we do that with the trigger on the stack, they don't get to exile it. Extraction Specialist, okay. Is there a creature down there? I don't think there is. Let's go ahead and cycle. Let's go ahead and bind again. And take it home. All right, Teferi and Wandering Emperor team up and claim another victim. Kita, like in Hunger Games. Lightning Bolts. Mono red. Well, we've got Tower into Binding, but that doesn't take place till for 3 mana. I think we just have to keep though. We have Wandering Emperor, one of the only good catch-up mechanisms. Yep, we're gonna be down a lot of life here. Maybe our Destroy Evil will get lucky and catch something like a Mechanized Warfare or a double pumped Swift Spear. We're gonna Reckless Impulse into Chick Kumano. Lay Down Arms. Awesome. Clutch draw. Here comes all their favorite toys. I think we'll just bind whatever they put the +1/+1 counter on and try to find a future time to destroy evil. Yep, this is a very good bind target. Mono Red's gonna have a hard time taking on all this flash speed exile removal. So, Kumano faces Kakazan. The 2/2 has arrived. I can destroy evil, this sucker. I can also Wandering Emperor. I'm not sure how many targets there will actually be for the Destroy Evil, but I think with Mechanized Warfare in the deck, there will be a few. Let's go for the Emperor. We have 2 of them. It uses more of our mana.
I hope you're ready to lose. I am almost sad to see you go.
Yep, and the Festivities takes the Emperor out. Feels bad, but it's still just 1 damage. Play with fire my face. Scry to the top. You. Wedding announcement. I guess we'll have Destroy Evil ready. Let's get this cooking. Lightning strike the face. Yes, yes, yes. 2 cards left. One was scryed to the top. It's a Reckless Impulse, which gets a Mechanized Warfare and an End the Festivities. Let's see if the opponent has the land here. They don't. It would be great if we could have Destroy Evil'd the Mechanized Warfare this turn. The opponent's going to hold End the Festivities till after we make another 1/1. So they have something for instant speed, probably another lightning strike. And here's the warfare. Here's the festivities. Few options. We can play Wandering Emperor and take out the chick and gain the 2 life back, or we can Destroy Evil the warfare now. Leyline the chick. But yeah, we need to hang on to every life point we can because we're very close to dying. And this preserves as much life as possible. And uses all of our mana. And then we pass, we make a 2/2. And we hold Wandering Emperor up for the next haste threat. We're going to need that 2 life. And we want to stay out of double lightning strike range as often, as long, and as much as possible. Naming enchantment with Farewell right now, not a great play. Makes me a little nervous that they might play another Mechanized Warfare. If they have Bloodthirsty Adversary, we might want to... Oh god, they did find it. Jeez, stop. No, opponent, no. All right, please attack with that. Thank you.
Done. Remember your training.
All right, now we've got to close and hope that their hand isn't good and that 9 life holds up. It's going to be a challenge. Really need to dodge another End the Festivities this turn. Some versions play 4 and they've already drawn 2. Shuffler's fine. Wonder what they're roping for though on that play. What's the other card that makes that interesting? That's a draw. Must be Lightning Strike. It can only be Lightning Strike. Now, if we play Celestus and switch it to Night, there is a risk that they draw a Stormseeker, Reckless Stormseeker, and they come in for 6. The good news there, they probably don't play it. This version, I've rarely, actually never seen play Reckless Stormseeker. So let's start gaining life with Celestus immediately. I think we can do better than Farewell. I think it's too clunky. Just sets us up to fail. Doesn't help us double spell if we're trying to switch Night today. It's going to feel bad though if they have the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Dude, opponent, just lightning strike the face. Make it easy on yourself. You're killing yourself with these decisions. It's just too much. It's clearly too much. Mishra's Foundry, that can hit for extra damage through Warfare, but that doesn't have haste. Nice play. Oh, man. Let's try to double spell through Memory Deluge. We need a 2 mana. We need a cheap card. We didn't find it. All right. Gotta gain that life. That I'm sure of. Cycling doesn't seem like a thing anytime soon, but you never know. All right, we're going to make another creature unless we attack with both, and we really want the creature. The 4th and the Festivities is a card. You know what? Just poke him for 2. They decided to lightning strike me. I'm so proud of them. We go to 2. 1 to the top. Jeez, is it a burn spell? Good job not holding that one because it was daytime. Interesting choice. All right, Otawara. Do I have any ways here to gain life? I don't see them. I don't see them at all. We can't kill the opponent here. All right, need a good draw. Not what I had in mind. Impulse, that's what they kept? I guess it's a look at 2 more cards. Chick and play with fire, which does go for lethal potentially, but I am ready. Ayah! Can they still play the chick though? Right? This tap for a red? Oh, it does! They can make a red for the chick! What do we need? Nothing will do! No! Not like this! That hurts. That hurts. Reckless Impulse into 2 cards that miraculously get the job done. All right, Binding Deluge we'll keep. Would be a tough hand to keep on the draw. I feel better on the play. Opponent with Raffine's Tower. Denick. All right, it's gonna be one of those games. Do we keep the planes coming because of lay down arms? Why not? We can do 1 more. We're ready to bind this, but I'm waiting to see if they play a Raffine. So I think I'll take this hit and see what the opponent does. The Clever Conductor. Okay. Let them have their connive, exile a card that they hope to get back if this dies, but we're going to exile it. So this is going to be one of those decks where negate or other counter spells like negate would be very bad because they're probably an all creature type pile. These decks have been getting more and more popular as the format goes on. Just all creatures and Thalia. Lots of legendaries to make Plaza of Heroes a good mana fix. And they have another one. Wow. Okay. I was trying to think if I want to exile my Binding with Soul Partition, replay the Binding, Legend Ruler Conductor, but they will get back the cards from their ETB connives, which is not great. So I could Soul Partition this and then play Teferi. The problem with playing Teferi there is if they kill the token, the Teferi just dies. I could play Teferi and plus Teferi and see if we untap from that position. What could they play? What could they do about it? There's a few cards, but not much really. Let's go for it. We're gonna Soul Partition the Conductor. So it costs 5 to play now. We draw Laydown Arms, which is good. We drop Teferi and we start drawing.
Don't feel bad when you lose. Quite tough. There is much the past can teach us.
Let's see if the opponent has a solution to just kill it. But they're not going to do it with combat right now. What about to lose number 3? Have you considered if we play another one of the same card? Alright, Teferi goes down to 3. Land for the opponent. No other play. Could be a Make Disappear. That could be a version that runs a lot of spells. Let's start with a draw. Teferi in full-on draw mode here. Wandering Emperor, nice.
Much to consider.
Let's try getting rid of Toulouse. That resolves. With 2 mana open, I think we pass from this point. But if they have Make Disappear, we could go for Announcement, which could help defend Teferi even longer. And if they have Make Disappear and we go for Wandering Emperor on their turn, it might just get countered. I guess we could also use Memory Deluge in that fashion. Let's go for the Wedding Announcement. Go for board presence. Hope they don't have a Destroy Evil either, but if they did, they would be using it on Binding anyway. Take one for the team. Team Teferi, that is. I mean, the opponent is conniving their way through their deck, but they're doing it without value so far. They haven't been able to get any of this stuff back. Teferi is on the way up, though. Do we minus here? Because we can cycle this and play Wandering Emperor. It's pretty good. I think it's time to have a board presence.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
There's the Plaza. We have to remember that can give a legendary creature indestructible. Rada Drabic. Okay. Whenever another legendary creature dies, good thing we're an exile machine of a deck. Here comes the attacks. All right, Make Disappear check. Resolves.
Now you've got it.
Exile this Clever Conductor. Infernal Grasp your own Conductor to get back an Eiganjo. Nice. It's more than that, though. They also get their Toulouse back. So they get to keep these connives. It's pretty good. Surprised though they didn't kill my Teferi token, though, because they don't have any mana open to channel. And now you see why the cycling lands come in really handy. They're gonna get the Denic back. Far from the end of the world. They get a little Denic token. But we are on the move. I think I will make this 1/1 more formidable.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
We want another 2/2. They're going to start getting a lot bigger. Nah, let's draw. 1 should be enough to do our job here.
Another mystery solved.
They're at 31. 31 is a long way to go as I think about playing this Wedding Announcement and drawing cards. Let's just attack with this. Let's make more creatures. Ayo. And they have mana up to possibly kill it. Could get interesting. Use the same play they used with Infernal Grasp. They pass. Let's go for the Memory Deluge. It'd be a really good time for a Make Disappear out of them. But nope. Good to see. Binding? So much exile removal. Probably driving their deck crazy. Lots of options. Let's go for sending Ao back into the exile zone. Make it super expensive. See if they go for that removal spell. Nope. Good. So they don't have that. And with their great dragon plan thwarted, they wish to play no more. The opponent's going to go first, but we have interaction. We'll be okay. Mono black. Maybe. Probably. Evolve Sleeper. A classic enemy at this point for sure. Underdog. They didn't grow the Sleeper. Weird. Alright, opponent, go ahead. They might try to play around Make Disappear. So you might just see them put mana into the Sleeper and attack. That would be a good time to use Soul Partition. But we're going to wait till end step. Yeah, we don't want them to play a Trespasser because they feel the coast is clear. And we'll make them play this card all over again. Okay, it's not a Trespasser. That was the card I least wanted to see. But yeah, they're clearly playing around Make Disappear. They're very concerned about it, which is good. We like keeping them on their toes. It might just pass. Alright, they do play Trespasser. One of the cards I wanted to see the least. Just an annoying card to deal with Ward. It hits pretty hard. But will they power up Buster? No, they're way too conservative for that. This is an opponent who thinks they can grind me out. Hopefully we'll show them how wrong they are. Ooh? Ooh? Oh, they changed their tune, huh? Okay. They might have a plan if I play an Emperor. But I'm gonna do it. There's no way I'm taking that.
Run away. You'll be safer. This is what you
I basically get 2 cards out of killing that Bankbuster because I was gonna let it be around for a while. Not sure what I want to discard to kill this Trespasser, but we'll figure it out.
I have got new moves to teach you.
We might let it hit me. We could cast Farewell in the future. Or just use another Wandering Emperor. Let's see what they do. Yeah, they're going to attack that Wandering Emperor. Of course they are. Alright, no cards exiled. If I bind it, and then they play Invoke Despair, it's a bit of a blowout. I think they're probably going to play Invoke Despair anyway, and then I guess we want to follow up with a Teferi. Make them have 2. They probably will have 2. We could let this die, play Wandering Emperor, make a creature, play Teferi, make another creature, and then Invoke Despair gets this Wandering Emperor and a 2/2, and we have a Teferi and a token. It's not great. This is why battling this deck is very difficult. Yeah, let's just take it. It's fine. You really don't want to give up value to this glutton. We might also draw a land and Farewell becomes super appealing.
Years of training for this.
Liliana. Okay. You're just gonna make people discard cards?
Happy to help, but
Alright, in that case, Farewell gets a lot worse.
I'm tired of your secrets.
So I can't kill Liliana with an Emperor, but I can at least take chunk out of her.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my
You
people.
could also discard to kill the Glutton and play a Teferi. They'll just use Liliana to kill the token, though. So let's see if we can get spot removal out of them here.
We must protect
Invoke
the
Despair makes this matchup much more difficult than you think it is, because you have to do a lot of things to try to keep from getting blown out. All right, good. That switches day-night. Now, with the Liliana on board, we can go play a Teferi, make a creature, and Wandering Emperor make another creature. And then the opponent has to navigate 2 creatures to attack one of the Planeswalkers, but that's very doable. It's not really hard for them. What they don't have is enough damage to attack down a Teferi. If they play an Invoke Despair, they don't kill the Teferi. Alright. We need to get the cards rolling.
The entire multiverse is at stake. In fact, now that...
It's very important that we get cards rolling.
May your blade strike true.
Yeah, this is set up so that Invoke Despair doesn't kill both Planeswalkers. That's why we had to make the token instead of minus and kill the Trespasser.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Alright, they dropped an Underdog. That's going to be a problem. But we're going to start drawing multiple cards a turn, and that's how we beat their Liliana. It's too bad about the Memory Deluge, but at least we don't take a damage. And see, we were ready the whole time. Draw. Cool. Now, do we let this transform? What I want them to do is bring out the Underdog and get it exiled. This is going to make Binding 2 mana. So we can do that and Evil. We can already do that in Evil. Probably better off just discarding the Garden. Ooh. Yeah, we really need to get rid of the Underdog and the Trespasser. And then we also have to get rid of Liliana before she ultimates. That's asking a lot. It's asking a lot. This can take one of the bumps. It doesn't take 2. We're definitely going to get wrecked, though, if they have another Invoke Despair, but there's nothing we can really do about it. I guess we can make them do all this before making that decision. Let's play our land. Let's discard Memory Deluge to Liliana. Let's destroy Evil the Trespasser. Bind the Underdog. But I want to force them to blitz that Underdog.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Alright, they dropped another Liliana. Will they blitz this Underdog? If they go to combat without it, we're in a good spot. Alright, they do.
I'm not overconfident. You're just another enemy. Guards, to me!
Alright, we still have the Binding, we still have the Destroy Evil. We're gonna have to figure out how to exile the Underdog, but it'll be okay. That's a way to exile the Underdog. I mean, there's no better time to play this except for this Liliana. which is going to ultimate, which is terrifying. That's not good. Okay, so 0, draw. Another Memory Deluge is awesome. All right, so now we have something to use with Destroy Evil. We'll play the Binding. Take away the Liliana. Make a 2/2.
Knew this was a waste of time.
Make the opponent get past it.
Keep watch for intruders.
And then use Destroy Evil on the Glutton at last. Another Liliana. Sure. So that's going to be how they remove the 2/2. That's fine.
Suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault. I've always hated crowds.
But now they can't blitz the underdog. Which means Teferi endures. But of course they have another, which is why we hold on to Farewell, because it solves both the Glutton and the underdog. Because you knew they had another the whole time, right? You knew. You're smart. You're smart, right? You knew. You, the viewer.
Who's that handsome devil?
Play it or hold it. They're just going to make me discard it. Play it. This would be a good time to draw a Silver Scrutiny, that's for sure. We're trying to run them out of toys, but they have infinite toys. How do they... How do they draw all their trespassers? All right. 2 critters. We got to solve it. We can do it. They also have to stop us from killing Liliana. Nice. That is nice. So we can make a 2/2. If we attack Liliana here and get the double block, we can kill the Trespasser, then also take out the Sleeper, and then they're left on Liliana and nothing else. I mean, if I just attack here, do they block? I don't know. I am going to plus Teferi, so let's do that first. More information. Ooh, that's good. They might go for a double block and get blown out. We get the chump. We get the chump. They're clinging to a Trespasser. All right. We could have cycled using our mana to make this and the Teferi one more loyalty and then discard the card that we draw. And that probably would have been better. I should have done that. Our opponent goes straight to a 3/4 Revealing Eye. Are they going to make me sacrifice my token? Yep. They got rid of Liliana, but they're down to like nothing, so I don't think that's the play. And that's definitely the draw. Lay down arms, what a card.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Destroy Evil, aptly named against Mono Black. Have you had enough? Yeah, a lot of weird decisions in that game. I think all the controversial decisions revolved around keeping 2 planeswalkers on the battlefield as often as possible so Invoke Despair didn't kill Teferi so I could keep drawing cards. So interested to see the comments on this one and what you would have done differently, but if you're wondering why I did X, Y, or Z, it was probably to try to set up Teferi in a position where Invoke Despair could not kill it, and then ride that card advantage to victory, and keeping up with the Mono Black's version of card advantage, which is ward, discard, things of that nature. All right, that's going to bring us to the end of this video for CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code CGB5 when you check out at CoolStuffInc, and get the new set coming out, one with Phyrexia. If you pre-order it right now, you'll get the Dragon Rider token for free with your pre-order. So thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the deck. You're cool.